I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Judgment Day. The end of the world. It's today, 3 hours from now.
2 hours and 53 minutes.
All right, everyone, chill.
Allow me to break the ice.
Hey, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I gotta play my own. You get the Benny Hill there because I had to. Lucky, thank you for telling me because I would have kept going and going and going. But I gotta figure out what's going on with my. There you go, Silverback. That was for you. Well, let me just check and see what's going on. You know, I was trying to get that stuff really, trying to get that my voice mod shit working. Let's see what the hell is going on with my voice mod. I'm just gonna double check it and bear with me for a second, guys. Voice mod. That's my crazy error. What the hell's going on? Because I need that. Because I think. Hey, there we go. Woohoo! Oh my goodness, 2 a.m. Amy Khan, thank you, Grinder, for the dedication over there, man. Hit to sleep. You can see my. Thank you for coming out live. I know you guys want to hear some impressions. My goodness, 2 a.m. Well, hopefully I won't keep it too long. Yeah, I tend to make these things really long, and I don't know if you guys like the long ones. I know when I listen to YouTubers and stuff like that, I like to hear something a little bit longer than 3-minute video because I just feel like I turn it off and I'm like, I want something that has a little longevity, like a podcast and stuff like that. So I hope you guys appreciate if it's a little longer, but I want to try to keep them a little shorter too. Like don't want to go crazy. Oh my goodness, the T1000. We got a T1000 here.
Who is your daddy?
Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
That's right, those long ones.
Put that cookie down now!
So anyway, I'm glad before I didn't get into the whole thing, man. So basically, Gears Tech Test was over the weekend. As you can see from my previous streams. Well, thank you, Silverback. Thank you. It's got to be a skill. It's definitely years of anger built up that just where everything's going and what I see and stuff, and it is pretty bothersome to me. And I figured I don't hear a lot of people saying the same stuff, and I think it's time to go. We need to turn a new leaf here and realize where we're going with the brand and what Xbox is doing, and how they can compete. And it just seems like they're changing the game, and it's not the way that I thought they would go, and I don't think a lot of people thought they would go this way, and it just seems very conceding, like they just concede, like they just gave up. With white flag, we're going a different route, and anyway. This is the thing. Played Gears 5, right? So Friday, it was pretty bad, with how the tech test launched, and I think you see a lot of frustration, a lot of stuff going on about the wait times and all that other stuff. And you could see my first video when I first discovered it, and we were trying to get in with playing Xbox old school, like with some of the guys, and trying to get in there. And it didn't work. We couldn't get parties together and stuff. They were blaming it on the PC, which is wrong. It wasn't PC. It was just issues with their service. But, the biggest thing is that what I discovered during there is they were giving hand-me-outs to people that were streamers and stuff like that. They were giving their faster access for those, which caused the queue lines to really back up. And, with the first few hours was really a mess. Like, Microsoft was taking people like the content creators and stuff like that and getting their gamer tags and giving them priority access, and I don't know if that was increasing the queues, but luckily by Friday evening the queues kind of ceased down, and I think everything calmed down. I was able to get in a game because it will kick you out and then you'll be in this queue. And when I was listening to the GameSpot stream and they were like, oh yeah, we got privilege access and stuff, I'm like, what? And then it was matching them in with bots and stuff like that. So I thought it was really shitty that they did that, but I know they got to do what they got to do, but it is kind of shitty where if they make the queues a little higher because, they're giving priority access to other people, they should have had media access or something else. I don't know. I just think the whole problem with the tech test thing was that it was a monetization. Basically, you had to subscribe to Game Pass or pre-order the game in order to get access. This wasn't a free tech test. This was paid. And, it wasn't, I didn't think it was right to give priority access to other streamers and content creators, and the people that paid for it had to basically wait in a queue. But nonetheless, I'm glad it didn't last that long. It only lasted until like Friday evening, and then I got in, and I played a lot of it on Friday evening. Played some on Saturday, and then a lot on Sunday. And I played the arcade mode. I ran the benchmark, so I got to see a little sneak of the campaign, and you see it on my channel a couple of videos ago, the 2 streams that I had. And then I did another stream, then I just played one without streaming on that. Yeah, exactly, one of the Penguin. Just Corden said the same thing, that he would prior privilege access, and GameSpot said it, and it was a little, I understand, but, I understand media access and stuff like that, but, Jesus, come on, man. There are people paying for this stuff. Like, you know what? It is what it is. But anyway, I just want to give my impressions on it. So I kind of gravitated more towards arcade mode because that was the kind of new multiplayer aspect. And just to briefly describe what arcade mode is that It's the 5v5. You choose a class, which is basically a different skin, and they have a passive perk, and they have another kind of like way to earn skulls. And then they have a specific loadout. And then what you do is you take those skulls, Counter-Strike style, as you make kills, and then you could purchase upgrades, sort of like a boom shot, or well, I didn't even see a boom shot too much, but a boom shot or the grinder, the Gears grinder, the buzzsaw, which I'm not a huge fan of that weapon. And then the new weapons was the pistol, the pistol they had, and they had the basically the snow blower or the ice thing that would freeze people. They used to have a flamethrower in the game. There was no flamethrower in this version, but there was a snow blower basically type thing. My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. I don't have that one. Oh, do I? I think I do. No, I don't. Don't have that one.
I lied.
But yeah, so like you get perks and stuff like that. And also too is that they give you more power for the headshots. Like, when you get headshots, you more of a chance of popping a guy's head off and quicker kills and stuff like that. And that's about it with the arcade mode. Like, there's no weapons on the ground and anything like that. It's basically, just you spawn with your loadout and play. Now, the game plays like Gears, like it plays great. Like, it plays just like Gears. The wall bounce, I think, was definitely toned down in the arcade mode. And, what's up, Jamal? How you doing, man? So it basically, like, it plays pretty well. And there were 3 maps there. One was the, see, that was the one thing, though, with the maps, though, is I really didn't think none of them really stood out of the 3 maps that they had, from what I played. I think the 2 of them were new maps, and one was a remake, or I think they were all 3 new maps. I think they're all 3 new maps, but they didn't have a lasting impression. Like, they weren't, it's Gears 4, and, I'll get to that. That's the whole thing. Like, it's just Gears of War. Tech test. Yes, it is a tech test. Kid Smooth, what's up, man? Played a lot of it. So, basically, I think I played really well. Like, I did like the, and then the other new weapon was, it was the grenade launcher for the Lancer, which was pretty cool, because you could shoot that thing. It's almost reminded me of the Hammer of Dawn, per se, but it didn't have such of a long, basically the, of the calling down. Like, it basically, you shot it, shoots like a firework in the sky, and then it rains down on a small area, which I thought that's a new weapon too, the chainsaw with the grenade launcher on it. What's up, Game Night? How you doing, man? And it was that was a new weapon in it. And I thought it played really well. Like, it was definitely definitely had good feeling to it. I think what I liked the most about it was that the Lancer did have more stopping power, and you feel like you could put people down with the Lancer, and not necessarily. And I felt that way also too in the other mode that I played in King of the Hill, in that you can put you could put them down with the Lancer in a way, and I definitely like that, because I felt like in Gears 4 that Lancer was just like throwing pebbles at people. Like, they would just keep charging at you. Also, too, another big thing they did was the flinch mechanic, and I think one of the passive abilities is reduced flinch with some of the weapons, but actually the flinch mechanic, it was really good, because, like, if you're aiming down and you're getting shot, you basically flinch. So you can't just keep continuing to put bullets down the sights, which is really cool, because there's so many times, like I said, in Gears 4, where you'll be getting shot, and you could just keep holding your aim while you're getting shot and still get the kill. And I'm really glad that that thing element was put in there. And also too, with the arcade scoring with the skulls, I think the skulls you accrue pretty quickly, so you're able to get those weapons. They're not like kill streaks or anything like that, where it takes such a long time, and they don't expire when you die, so you could carry them over. So I wouldn't realize, like, I had 6 skulls, so I could grab a weapon. One of the classes actually has a random weapon, which kind of reminded me of a little bit of Fiesta from Halo, where you just kind of spawn, you just get a random weapon, see how you go. It either is like a grenade or flashbang. And another cool thing is the flashbangs, the sound that they make is really cool. Like, that effect was really cool with the flashbangs. I think they did a cool job with the sound effects. The sound, the guns, the head popping, Gears, man, all the way. Like the sound effects were really cool with the way they did it. And I was definitely impressed. What's up, Shadow? How you doing, man? I was really impressed with how they kept the game pretty cool. And arcade mode is fun. I think arcade mode is a fun mode. We'll have to see, how they balance it, and if somebody who's real experienced could kind of run the gamut with that mode, if they just get their shotgun or their sniper and just kind of run wild with it. But otherwise, it's a cool mode. Now, is it next gen mode? Is it something where you expect in the next iteration of the game? That's where I say, is that enough? And I know that there are more game modes there, but these are game modes. I wanted to see more multiplayer mechanics that were changed. And one of the mechanics I did like that they showed in the video, but we didn't have in the tech test, was the breaking of the ice and freezing people. And it does seem that ice and freezing characters is kind of where this game is going to have its foray in kind of the snow and ice thing. And even from the benchmark test that I ran on the thing, the video was them running through snow, so those snow deformation and stuff like that. I really like the environmental elements in Gears. I know some of the maps they had in previous Gears had these environmental elements. I always like just kind of variability in the levels, so you're not just keep doing through stagnant kind of the same boxes in the same places. And things that I was looking for in a next Gears 5 multiplayer would be destructible cover. Environmental elements where, not necessarily on the level of a battlefield, destructible kind of like one of those evolution type things, but things that would change the map. And I'm hoping that there are maps that have that element in there, and hopefully that's a feature that is in there. I just wish that, they kind of took Gears 5 to the next level, because still, from the tech test. Now, again, this is from the tech test. If that is what Gears is, and they just have now deathmatch, team deathmatch, just what is it, dodgeball, they have escalation, they have, I forgot the execution, and just have kind of the traditional game modes and nothing kind of out of the ordinary. Which I would think that arcade is probably the biggest out of ordinary that they might demonstrate, because it probably is the most the different. But if there's some cool things there, hopefully maybe this weekend they show a different one. But from what I played, the thing is that enough for Gears? It's not enough. And the thing is that the basic gameplay was there. That's the thing. That was the basic gameplay. That's Gears 5 gameplay. One of the other things that I did like too is the hit markers. So when you hit somebody, you actually get the tick in your reticle, similar to Call of Duty and stuff like that. But I did think that gives a little bit more effect and a little more pop when you're shooting somebody in Gears 5. And I do think that was pretty cool. That it did add an element to it. The shotgun you can still annihilate people with the shotgun. Smoke grenades are there, incendiary grenades. Not too many new weapons so far that they've shown that they had and that they're speaking about. Not too many new weapons. The biggest one was the pistol and the snow. And again, it felt like Gears. It felt like, if you played Gears before, you will play it some more, and this is kind of just a polished Gears 5. If they called Gears 4 safe, I call Gears 5 not as safe. What's up? Don't call me Danny. I call it not as safe, I guess. They are thinking a little bit outside the box, but I thought we would go to the next level. Given that we are further into gen, we're 5 years into the generation, I wanted to see kind of the jump from how we went from Gears 1 to 2 to 3, and how the element just big. And hopefully maybe that grandiose, the next evolution of Gears shows up in the single player, which unfortunately we are not going to see, guys, until September or when the game releases. And also from the benchmark that I ran, it did show a clip of the campaign of them running through the snow with your three faithful. They had Kate, Dell, and Jackbot. Those are the three characters. So if they keep saying it's 3-person co-op, I'm assuming somebody's gonna have to control the robot, unless there's some surprise character that they're not talking about. But in those three images of campaign, it is always those three. So when they say 3-player online co-op, I'm assuming one of them probably will be the bot, and we'll see how that goes. But I can't comment on that because I didn't play that one. But I can just say that Kid Smooth, it is 3. It's 3-player online co-op for campaign. They confirmed it during E3, so go check the news. They did. It is 3-player co-op for campaign. And you can play the Jack. I did a whole video on it too. But yeah, it was confirmed during E3. 3-player co-op for campaign, 3-player co-op for escape. And then you got your horde mode. So I'm assuming the third person will be Jack. Also, too, in one of the bullet points I highlighted many times over here is the escape is 3 players as well, and online co-op campaign is 3 players too. And I'm not going to take the grinders to this website to show you because it is there. So, and also too, as a bullet point under Gears, it says play as Jack as well. And I know they said that you could do it in a tutorial, but I'm assuming he will be in the campaign. Yeah, they say that the campaign is up from 2-player co-op to 3-player co-op. That is a true statement. So it's just a matter of time to find out who that third player is. I think it's a robot.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Well, they're probably going to explain why the Locust Queen is a human, because probably Kate's going to turn into the Locust Queen. And it seems like from the story that, they basically take humans and they hive them and convert them, into that. Because I remember in Gears 4, that kind of wonky thing. What's up, Syph? How you doing, man? I remember that kind of wonky thing where they, Marcus got sucked into their network, and he kind of knew where Kate's mom was. Sorry if you haven't played Gears 4, but Marcus gets eaten and puts in a pod, and then he kind of comes out and he's like, I saw their network. And he's like, I know where your mom is. And that was like the second half of the game near the end of it. But I'm assuming they're kind of just like bugs or like bees and stuff like that. And they really never explained it, Hopefully they explain it now. Maybe that's what the whole point of Kate's journey is showing how they create their queens. What do they do? I don't know. This is going to be interesting. They say it's the biggest campaign, the largest campaign, which we've heard that many times before from hashtag Phil Ness. If it's how big the campaign is, it could be just a big map and that's the biggest campaign, or it could be, it is what it is. It was Marcus's dad and the queen had a relationship, I thought, or he was researching her, something like that. So the dad kind of drove the mom. I don't recall. It was something where the dad didn't have a relationship with the queen, or he was studying her, or they had a relationship and she just kind of went rogue and started. I think they were both researching the Locust, and the mom got really involved in it, or something like that, or one of the researchers, and then they kind of turned her into the queen, or something like that. And she wound up controlling them, and it was all the emulsion. The emulsion mutated people on the ground, or something like that, when they were digging. That's where I think it was going, where the people who were harvesting the emulsion basically, became mutated and became ground dwellers, and then turned into the Locust. But the weirdest thing, and this is on a side point, with Gears 4's story, was that the spawn was supposed to be it's a new enemy, and they wound up just being Locust, and basically just another form of the Locust, and a cyst form, the cyst form, or the chrysalis form, or some sort of form of the Locust. Which, you know what? It's like why we still fighting Covenant in Halo, Halo 5, we're still fighting Covenant and the elites and stuff. It's dude, I understand the reason why they justified them in Halo 4 was because they were rogue Covenant, but come on. enough is enough. Like, stop give us the same recycled enemies, and 4. So now in 5, if you look at the this is a side note now with Gears 5. If you look at the campaign of their website, where is it? Gears 5. I'm just gonna read it here. So if you where is it? Down. So the campaign story here, it says that the world is crumbling. The swarm has corrupted the coalition's robot army and is descending upon human cities. With danger closing in, Kate Diaz breaks away to uncover her connection to the enemy and discovers the true danger to Sarah itself. So, one thing I'm not a fan of is that the swarm have corrupted the coalition's robot army. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I'm not. Does that mean we're going to be fighting just like mutated DBs? Like, that was the worst part of Gears 5. But if you look at the new. Yeah, that's what it says. So it says, like, the story is the swarm has corrupted the coalition's robot army and is descending upon human cities. So they corrupted their DBs. They took over the DB robots, or the robots. This sounds like Star Wars. Like, we take Attack of the Clones. That sounds like Attack of the Clones. Like, they take the robots and now they're descending. And with all that big battle coming on, Kate says, I'm going to go up north to the snow. Del, come with me, and Robot, come with me. Yeah. Like, it sounds like in the beginning, I'm like, oh, the world is crumbling. There's a robot army, human cities, big, massive stuff. And it's like, with that happening, Kate breaks away to uncover her connection. It's like, oh, okay. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how that goes. But, the whole world is coming to hell. And it's like, Kate says, you know what? I'm going to go skiing. I'm going to take a snow break. Snow day. I'm taking a snow day. Yeah, Cypher, that's right. She goes, takes a break. She's gonna go do some skiing in the mountains while the world is crashing. Go find out about herself. We'll see. Again, the campaign is one of the biggest thing. I know. With the war ended, why didn't the COG, Sam Ash says, with the war ended, why didn't the COG just build ships and leave the planet and let the Locusts keep their damn planet? Dude, I have no clue. I think because they said we got to make sequels. Maybe. I have no clue why. But, yeah. It's just, yeah. We will see. Build a ship to leave. Build like an ark. Say, let's leave the planet. I have no clue. I have no clue what they're doing. But we will see what they do with the campaign. But it just seems that, we might be fighting bots too. Like, that they corrupted the bots, which I don't think we fought corrupted bots. And I do think, and also too, from playing the Gears tech test and looking at the character models of the Swarm, looking at them, they kind of have like metal plates and stuff like that. And also some of the enemies you saw in campaign look like these kind of hybrid type, computer mutant, like computer swarm things. So we might be getting these kind of like half living, half mechanical type enemies. But they did show some new enemies in the campaign. So hopefully now the fact that she's leaving to go up north, maybe there's a whole set of new characters, which I think they are. And one of the new weapons I forgot to say was the hammer. I got a triple kill with that hammer with the teeth on it. You hold that thing, it like pulls it all the way back, and then they go boom, and you just kill people with it. But there's a long kind of the berserk hammer, I think it was. But it holds back for a while, so you're vulnerable, and then you smash. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I could see a fun game mode of just everybody having that hammer, or running around with that hammer. Like that would be Hammer Time. I'll call it Hammer Time.
Who is your daddy?
I think that's to be a good one. Run around the hammer. But anyway, again, it was a tech test. So I put the tech test impressions and stuff. But my point of it, the whole thing was this is their review of the multiplayer. Okay? And the to the description, they basically say yes, Smooth. It says it right in the description for Xbox.com Gears. It says 3-player campaign co-op. Battle alongside your friends in 3-player online and split screen and co-op. So if they are describing just escape mode, which they didn't, it says campaign co-op. So it doesn't say escape mode co-op. And then boot camp, play new to Gears. And then the big bullet point here, play as Jack. Play as Jack, your personal flying support bot that can protect allies and damage enemies. Perfect for players new to Gears. So I think you keep that shit. Jackpot. Maybe that's good for our, putting our games on the phone. Maybe that's good for the phone players out there to play as Jack. Maybe when we got the phone there to play the Jack. But it's just the thing is that, is it enough? Like, that's the thing. Like, did what we play say, wow, they have breathed new life into Gears? No. It's the same thing. And the thing is that they made it more casual modes, like the arcade mode. They're advertising play as Jack. To try to bring in a larger audience. But have they done enough to bring people for the new ones? And the thing is that they said, that was going over there, was going to be about the 10 game modes. So what they have here in Versus, they say they're going to have 10 plus other game types, new and classic maps and rewards. So we know, their game modes. So, maybe their game modes are a little outside the box. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that's going to be, what's up, Twisted Sync? I'm looking for something where, maybe one of those modes is something that's a little outside the box. Like, I hope that there's something there. But basically, the thing I wanted to see kind of next level Gears 5. This is Gears 5. This is not Gears DLC. Arcade mode could have easily been put as a game mode in Gears 4. There's nothing that's technically difficult with this one. Like, it's just a game mode. And, playing this tech test over, from 4 to 5, it's like a Madden update. Madden 19, Madden 20. And I don't really, I don't know if that's suitable for Gears. Like with Halo, they did, Warzone, which I think that was next level multiplayer. I want something like that kind of jump for Gears 5. I think that's what it needs. It's been a long time. They didn't give us any real DLC campaigns or anything to Gears 4. And this game better not feel like Gears 4.5. And playing the multiplayer, I'm like, this is a great mode. The game doesn't look that much different. Everybody was running around with the 4K 60.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And then we find out that, but it barely hits 4K native. It's not 4K native. It's 4K true 4K and S4K and all that other.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All that other bullshit 4K 60. The thing is that 4K is not enough to say, well, this is the next Gears because it's 4K. They made 4K in the other fucking Gears. Gears 4. It's not enough. Like, let's go. Like, and things that I'm talking about, like I said, destruction. Real time, like where that doesn't have, that could have been in the tech test. But we didn't see that. There's no mention of it. There's no bullet point about it, so we know it's not in the game. But destructible cover. Come on. The game's cover-based shooter, you have destructible cover. I'm not talking about Crackdown 3 tech demo destructible cover. I'm talking about just like maybe some sort of element of destructible cover, which would add some sort of level to the game, like next level. This is Gears 5. What's funny is that when people play Gears 5 tech tests and couldn't get in, so many people on their streams jumped into Gears 4, and I had to do double takes to go, are they playing 4 or 5? Like, I had to look at the logo in the upper right-hand corner of what the icon looked like of the weapon, or when they actually, like, got into a menu, I was like, oh, that's Gears 5. Like, it really doesn't differentiate between 4 and 5. You know, the character models, I zoomed in, I looked at them, I played it on PC, so I wasn't, you know, and then I have a 90 Ti, so I was like, nah, I was playing it in 4K. I knew it was 4K because I set it to 4K. It wasn't Phil Spencer 4K, you know?
I'm trying to use the phone!
You know, that guy?
Xbox One X is
the most important?
No.
Yeah, not Phil Spencer 4K. I was in real 4K. But, again, it's Gears. I'll play it. But, like, it's all right. Like, you know, Shotgun's still there. I played the King of the Hill, you know. Shotgun's still there, blowing up stuff. Hey, it's a good time. It's a good time. Like, it's Gears. I'm not going to say, like, they didn't downgrade it. Like, it's not downgraded. We'll see what the campaign turns into. If that's the thing that got downgraded for Game Pass, I don't know. But it just hasn't really evolved. Like, it really has not shown, from what I've seen, the biggest campaign ever. Yes, the biggest campaign ever.
How important is market share versus Nintendo and versus Sony's PlayStation?
The two metrics I really look at in the growth of this business is engagement of players. How many monthly active players do you have across any device? And what does your software and service revenue look like for those players?
Bullshit! You sell some! It's all bullshit! All of it!
Jesus, you...
Yeah, it's, you know, we'll see. It's not downgraded. I agree. It's not downgraded at all. I like it. I like it. It played well. I wanted to play it, which just sent to me. It's like, hey, I wanted to play it. I'm going to tell you what grinds my gears, though. And here it comes. You know I was bringing it. You know I'm bringing it. You know. I'm going to tell you what grinded my gears about it. I'm going to tell you what grinded my gears. Doesn't necessarily the game. But I'm going to tell you what really kind of irked me a little wrong, and I think you could see it in one of my streams. The fact is, I played Friday night at 10:30, Saturday night around 10 o'clock, Sunday from like 9 o'clock to like 1 Eastern Standard Time. And I had 2 to 3 people playing that game on my friends list. It seemed that everybody tried to get in the game on Friday. And then when I got it, then when it was working, nobody was playing. I went down my friends list, over 200 friends. Nobody was playing it. And for all the talk and chatter and bullshit on the interwebs, nobody was playing that game. This was the tech test. This is Game Pass. You get access to it. Where the fuck was everybody? Where was everybody? I checked on my phone. I saw people playing Gears 4 over the weekend. Nobody. My friends list should have lit up. This is Gears 5. I know from Gears 4 when to play it. I know Gears 4. I remember Gears 3, Gears 2. It's one of those games that everybody comes out of the woodwork and everybody jumps on. And people that you haven't seen, haven't played with in years come back. That's what Gears and Halo did to Xbox. And it was so telling over the weekend Yeah, I was checking, and it wasn't just during those times that I was playing. I was checking my phone to say, hey, what's going on? Is everybody playing? Because I want to jump on, right? Dude, like, it was dry. It was dry. I don't know if everybody tried to get on Friday and then just couldn't do it. Maybe the weekend is not a good time to do a tech test because other people are doing other things. But, and you could see the facts are in my video. Like, I go to my friends list and I'm like, where is everybody? There's 2 people playing. And I was just very surprised. I'm like, with Game Pass subscriptions, everybody on Twitter says they're in Game Pass. You know what, Cypher? I'm not going to say. People were in Hulu, Netflix, Kodi. At 10 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays, the same people. I'm like, guys, it's Gears 5. What are we doing here? Is it true that Xbox players don't buy games or don't care about the exclusives that Microsoft is doing? Maybe that's the reason why Microsoft says, you want to know what? I'm taking my games and bringing them somewhere else. Because nobody's playing, nobody's buying these games. I don't understand it. It was it was a reveal of the biggest franchise on Xbox. It was a tech test weekend to play the game. Maybe because they called it a tech test, people didn't want to bother with it. But man, like I was just in shock of how few people were playing Gears 5 over the weekend. And maybe people don't like that part of Gears. And if that's the case to it, then Microsoft is completely dropping the ball. Completely dropping the ball. Because if there is a lack of interest like that from my 200 friends on Xbox for multiplayer, and they're like, yo, I don't care multiplayer, I just want to play the campaign, they are missing a huge market and not advertising and showing some clips of that campaign. That's big miss. And I think they are doing a big miss. I think they needed to tease a little bit more and more campaign each month. With each mode reveal, there should have been a kind of campaign sliver leading up to that. The fact that they are mum and not even talking about campaign until the game releases, dude, pick your poison. Pick what you think. Is it too short? Is it because you got to control the robot jack? Take your pick of what can go wrong with this. And the problem is that's all you can think about is what can go wrong is when they don't show the game. And they're not showing more and more the campaign. You keep talking out your ass and saying it's the biggest campaign, the biggest. If it's so big, then showing 6 seconds of it is not going to kill it. Okay? It's so big, but I can't show it to you. Well, then you got a small dick. Some guy, I got the biggest dick in the... Yeah, let's say it. No, I'm not showing it to you. It's till September. There. You got a fucking peanut. You know, that's pissing me off. It's like, well, this is the largest campaign ever. The biggest, the deepest campaign ever. But we can't show it to you. As Phil Ness would say, I'm excited about what I didn't show you. Some fucking Merlin magic, motherfucker. But they completely dropped the ball. If my friends list is a representation of the interest of Gears Tech Test, of Gears multiplayer over the weekend, like I don't have like 30 friends. I have 200 friends from fucking since 2010. 2-3 people, man. 2 people, 3 people. Team guys. I think it was HTK, one of my friends list. I think it was NLG Gamers, those guys. Shout out to those guys. They fucking played all weekend. Those guys are playing. HTK, NLG, I think those NLG Gamer guys. They played. Those are the only guys my friends was playing all weekend. Whenever I went on and whenever I checked my phone, they were on it. No other people playing it, scattered around here or there, but no way was it like 10, 15 people playing it. I saw 2 or 3. Like, I don't know. And I'll check this weekend too. But like, that was the biggest thing. Like, it was like, yo, hey, everybody should be playing this game because I wanted to play it, but no one's playing it. So I just jumped in with randoms and I played it because I wanted to play it. But it's just, it's sad because I'm like, usually when a Gears or a Halo game comes out, or when it comes around, everybody kind of gets, or Microsoft did a poor job of advertising the tech test and not a lot of people knew about it. I don't know. It could go hand in hand, but I told you the result of the weekend, like, what I observed. And again, it's not saying that the game is doomed or end of the world stuff, but I'm just saying it was a little like, shit, man, that sucked. But, and then with Game Pass, more people play games and all that other filness that we talk about,
All right, so let's say that hypothetically I'm still an Xbox 360 owner.
Yep.
That being said, what should my next hardware purchase be? I guess they are the tough questions.
No.
Anyway, that clown. They get me all started on that guy. But yeah, Yeah, Bambi Simulator. So, in all, like, yeah. I like arcade mode. I want to see more. I'm really hoping that those other modes that they have do have an element of, like, difference. And I'm, like, hopefully... Like, one game mode I always say would be cool. What's up, Jemiah, man? How you doing? And Sale Clerks, what's up? One of the things that I always said was, like, an item like captured, like, somewhere where they mix horde mode into competitive and PvE and PvP. Something like there's an AI Brumac or something like that. Like, this is me thinking, like, you're talking next level Gears. Like, it's like, Gears 5, capture the Brumac. There's a Brumac in, on the map. You guys got to take it, hijack it, jump on the back of it. I don't know. Do something. Like, I just like something like that, like a big, something big. Like, hey, we fought a Brumac running around in Gears 3. Like, why are we not fighting Brumacs, like big Titan, big thing shooting at them that they're like the size of the screen and you're like shooting at this big monstrous thing? Like, where's that element of scale? Because that thing at the end of that friggin' Gears was just it was a lazy-ass boss. I don't know what the hell it was. That's how stupid it was. It wasn't like the thing in Gears 4 was chasing you around and you're like, oh shit, that's son of a bitch. Like, I'm going to fight him now. It was just some friggin' monster that comes out of the ground and like shoots some friggin' like bullets that shot up in the air and then they kind of missile down and get you. Like, it was just trash. I'm like, what the hell is this stupid thing? Made no sense. It's like, I guess it's like a monster. Like, I don't know what the hell it is. Jeremiah says he got coffee and Game Pass. That Game Pass for $1. Oh yeah, I know they want user engagement. Phil Spencer says it. He said it earlier today. He came on my thing and said it. Shadow, what's up? Yeah, it's that Game Pass, man. I really hope it does not hurt Gears, but I can tell you the thing is like, the interest in Gears 5. I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about it. The craziest thing, man, was the 4K 60, because it does say it on their website. It says it at the bottom. It says campaign. Yeah, actually, it's under the tab. Like, here, you know what? Don't take my word for it. You come to Grind Channel. My ass don't make shit up. I'm not gonna make a fucking shit up. You guys can see my shit? Here we go. This is my source. What else would it be? Xbox.com. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean I'm not an expert?
Okay. So you guys can see it. I'll just make sure you guys can see it, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Story time.
It's time to quit jammering before I start hammering.
Gears 5. So let's click on it. Let's do this. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right, everyone. Chill.
Along with the Judgment Day. The end of the world. It's today, 3 hours from now.
2 hours and 53 minutes.
I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
So here we are. Campaign, Escape versus Horde and Map Builder. So campaign, right? This is what I was reading about the Swarm Corrupted Coalition. So we go all the way down. There's Kate and her necklace. So let's talk about the necklace. Spoiler to Gears 4. Very good. Gears 5. Campaign details. Here we go. Game details. And I've done these before. One of the game's most acclaimed sagas. Gears is bigger than ever, with 5 thrilling modes, the deepest campaign yet. The deepest. 3-player co-op campaign. Battle alongside your friends in 3-player online split-screen co-op. There it is. Tours of Duty. Boot Camp. Play as Jack. Oh, boy.
Take it back!
And here it is. Visual Showcase. Place every mode in 4K HDR. Smooth 60 frames per second. So, play as Jack. Well, here we go. Now we click on... Those are the bullet points. Play as Jack. Escape mode. Aggressive new take. Co-op mode. 3-player Suicide Squad. Versus 10 other game types. New and classic maps. We talk about Kate. I can't believe they got this friggin' as a bullet point. Like, really. I want to see destructible cover. Ride the Brumac. Drive new vehicles. Vehicle combat. New chainsaws. New executions. Do you get where I'm going?
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Like, new executions. Like, that was something I'm like, hey, the chainsaw is cool. Why don't we have other weapons that actually have kind of execution melees? Like, like the Retro Lancer that has the charge with the thing. We had those same 2 kills for this whole Gears 2. Like, where are the next ones? Like, I know they got down when they're down executions, but what about more like kind of chainsaw ones? What about dual-wield chainsaws? Ride the Brumac? Control the Locust? I don't know. Those things sound fun. Not Boot Camp. New to Gears? Play as Jack. Personal flying robot? What? No. Tour of Duty? Rank up? Like, no. Destructible cover. Ride the Brumac. New vehicles. New executions. Dude, you see where I'm going with this shit. Like, this is advertising for a fucking lollipop at Chuck E. Cheese. So hoping these 10 other game types. See, it says game types, game modes, new and classic maps. I'm hoping. We already saw 3 of them. We know oddball, what do they have? They have rocket, we know a lot of them. We know there's King of the Hill. There's going to be Deathmatch. So what we got? We got Arcade. We got Team Deathmatch. We got Escalation. We got Escalation. We got Execution. A bowl. Probably about 2 or 3 more modes that they haven't showed. Horde mode is next month. New hero abilities. Woo! Oh, and you saw that too. I'll talk about that. Building defenses, collecting powers, and then the map builder. Yay. Create new hive maps. Yes. So create new hive maps. But there you go. That's their website. Now, they said Cypher, they're not going to do Battle Royale. What did Cypher say? Who said something? Soprio says, I was looking forward to Scarlet to play Halo Infinite. They really came out and said it will run on the one, so no point for me at least get Scarlet. I agree. Yeah. That's going to be a whole other scenario that they put themselves in. I don't know how they're going to sell a next-gen console when they didn't even satisfy the X-gen. All right, cool, Jim. I will add you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add you grinders for this week if you guys want to play. Because nobody on my friends list is doing it. But yeah, so the other thing that came on with the Gears thing was the whole earning system, that whole Tour of Duty. And what they were saying about that, where that interview with the Gears 5 earnables, something like that. Were they earnables? Yeah, there we go. PC Gamer has it. Yeah, PC Gamer has it here. Is it showing you guys to see it? It's a little delayed. PC Gamer has it here. Gears 5 characters can be earnable with real money. So in the game, the multiplayer, there is iron, which is your currency. And they're going kind of Rainbow Six Siege style. System works fine in Siege. It could be frustrating if you have a few character choices when you first start playing. It seems Gears 5 is going to have a small pool of overall characters, but will add more over time. Gears 5 heroes will be usable in Horde and Escape mode. Different heroes might prove more useful in PvE than PvP. They're banking on the cosmetics and heroes, and you basically could earn those character heroes, or you could buy them. So they're going kind of Rainbow Six Siege style, Apex Legends style with earning new heroes. And yeah. So they basically took the Rainbow Siege model in a $60 game. If you remember, that was a big critique. But at least it's not the entire game. But they did say here though that wait a second. See, this is what I was confused. Like, is it just for escape mode or is it for the arcade mode? Because for arcade mode, basically there are different character skins with different loadouts, and it would be messed up if they have somebody come up with new weapons and you can't do it until you earn them. But I think they said, let's see. Where the hell is he said where we bought it? Can you see my screen? Yeah, I'm sharing it. Good. Ah! Yeah, I'm getting right to the thing. So here, being a live service game feels like, you know, how do you have to go back? That's not it. I don't care about esports. Oh, here's crossplay. Gears 5 will feature cross-platform play between Xbox One and PC for versus multiplayer. That's a difference because they added that later to Gears 4. Gears 4 started with just co-op, but now, you know, they're going right for the jugular right now with versus multiplayer. Cross-platform play from the beginning. Cross-platform play also extends across Gears 5's other modes to do over-the-top 3-player experiences and escape 5-hour and 3-player co-op campaign. There it is again, everybody. 3-player co-op campaign. Can't wait to take my PC and control jack. I'll need like one of those flight sticks. A flight stick to control jack. For the launch of Gears 5, Xbox Play will be put out. So for the launch, Xbox players will be able to opt out of matchmaking against PC for ranked matches, but they're going to be in your co-op. And on top of that, with addition of keyboard and mouse on Xbox consoles, we'll see the two communities closer than ever before. Because you know that. You know that. You know that. Whenever I talk about cross-platform
play, yes. Oh, you thought that I wasn't going to show up? Oh man, when I hear that cross-platform play, between that and playing games on your phone, I am jumping in on this show whenever I can. When I ever hear about that cross-play, oh yeah. Oh, and the phone and playing on Starbucks Wi-Fi, you know, all that great stuff. But now, let me cover this part. Yeah, Grinds My Gears could take a back seat. Who cares about his ass, his whining ass? We're going to talk some Phil Ness. Oh man, it's been a while, Grinders. It's been a while. But you know what? I'm going to change your mind because I am Phil Ness. So anyway, we're bringing keyboard and mouse support to Xbox console. The two communities are closer than ever before because you know the console player on his controller is the same dude that rocks the keyboard and mouse. I know this because I am Phil Spencer. I know these are the same people. And with a very few small expectations, mouse and keyboard support will be the same across Xbox and PC. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh, we also will support key rebinding and an adaptive controller to all types. Man, oh, that cross-play, more people to play. Oh yeah, I tell you guys, that feeling, I love it.
You know, that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch comes on my show.
You son of a bitch.
Trying to wine and dine your asses with his hashtag bullshit Phil Ness. They are not the same player. All right? They are not. With his bullshit horse shit, that Phil Spencer trying to come on this show doing that Phil Ness. Come on now. Ruin my shit. Grinders, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't listen to Phil Ness, man. Whenever he sees about crossplay, he knocks me over, man, and jumps onto this show. Yes, right, Kev. I played it all weekend. I gotta tell you, and I think Glorious Kev could vouch for this. That, and Jemiah too. Yo, that Xbox Game Bar, yo, take your Xbox and put it in the fucking trash. Because that Xbox Game Bar basically turns your PC into a friggin' Xbox. Like, that Game Bar changes. Like, the fact that I can access the friends list, invites, snapshots, all from pressing the home button, and it's there. It basically, yes, Kev, I totally agree. It is fire. The Game Bar is the essence of Xbox. Like, it turns your PC into a friggin' Xbox. Like, it is seamless. That is like the saving grace. Phil Ness, Phil Spencer, that Xbox Game Bar. That's it. There's your Xbox. They basically ripped everything out and put it into a simplistic bar. That's right. We're not turning the PC into an Xbox. But for all you Xbox folk, yo, Phil has done gloriousness over on PC. That Xbox Game Bar, shit. Like, that's it, man. That's because that was the biggest problem with playing on PC was the fact that you had to, like, I like to play with a controller. Yes, make fun of me, Jemiah. Make fun of, I'm a console gamer, but it makes it very acceptable to me where I can control things from my controller and not with this. And I'm going to tell you another thing, guys. PC gamers out there, and I know there's not many of you that use controllers, but let me tell you this. I'm going to get very here. Just put the kitties to bed because I'm going to say a bad word. Here it comes. Here it comes, guys. Get ready.
Don't do that.
No, I am going to do it. Fuck that Xbox Elite controller. Go download DS for Windows and use the PlayStation 4 DualShock. First off, the tension of the sticks, don't go spending $180 so Phil Spencer gives you a screwdriver to make the tension of the analog sticks tighter. All right? Nobody wants a tight ass. I don't need a fucking screwdriver from Phil Spencer to make a $180 controller with tighter analog sticks. Fuck that $180 bullshit. That Elite controller with its wireless dongle sticking out on my friggin' PC took up a USB slot. I'm telling you right now, you could use the DS DualShock PS4 wirelessly with Bluetooth on your PC. You don't need Like, this is the shit that blows my fucking mind that Microsoft does. You got to go buy the Elite controller or Xbox controller, go buy the dongle because of the proprietary Wi-Fi, and now they just decided to add Bluetooth into the Elite controller. My old Elite controller for 150 fucking US dollars did not have Bluetooth in it. Uh-oh, there he goes. That Phil Spencer tried to shut off my stream. So, it didn't have Bluetooth in it, right? $150 Xbox Elite controller. Don't worry, I'm back.
Who is your daddy?
I'm back. That Phil Spencer tried to shut me down. I'm his daddy. I got him. I'm back. Sorry, Jemiah. I cannot. I use keyboard and mouse for answering emails. Okay, that's how I use it. My keyboard and mouse is work. Controller is fun and games. Sorry. That Elite controller needs a dongle to hook up to your PC, or you use USB. Okay? The DualShock, I hooked it up with Bluetooth, so I don't have to use USB with it. But you want to know what also is fucking awesome about the DualShock with that free DS software? The touchpad on the DualShock controls the mouse like a touchpad on a laptop, which is friggin' awesome because you're sitting back and it's like, if you got to do something with a mouse, and the Game Boy is not totally kind of like friendly with the D-pad or with that, like it's still some of the stuff you want to click to get faster, but the fact that you could use the DualShock touchpad as a mouse is glorious. It is totally amazing. And that is a Sony product working on Microsoft operating system with somebody made some free software. Amazing. Like, I couldn't believe how seamless it worked. You could change the color on the controller. Like, I got rid of my Elite. I got $70 for it. It was falling apart, that piece of shit. And now they had kept that thing at $150 and now they sent $180. But I'm telling you, man, playing with that was awesome. Yeah, I played it with the DualShock. I found it so much better because I was playing Gears 4 with the Elite controller, and it was just horrible. I said those analog sticks were all flopping around. They were like loose as shit. Yeah, I totally understand. If you have a mouse control, like I could definitely see keyboard and mouse being good for first person shooters, of course, like for shooters at all, because like I always ran into that problem of using like the function keys where I had to like open up something or some bullshit like that, or like strafing and shooting. Like I don't know, like I tried it, but I have a gaming mouse and a keyboard, but yeah, I just like playing the controller. Like I'm just a fan of controller. But I could try it, I could try it with Gears. Like, it's probably not that bad, and probably it does. But yeah, that Elite controller, man. I'm not gonna knock PC game, but I'm just saying, like, if you grew up playing with controllers and stuff like that, it's to learn a new skill playing keyboard and mouse. I don't know. You could definitely do it, but I just prefer just going back. Like, the fact is that using the DualShock and stuff like that I just can't believe how well it works with PC gaming, like with the DualShock. It even works with Steam too natively. But yeah, totally. Yeah, that Elite control is a waste of money. A waste of friggin' money. And now with $180, because now you can make the tension of the analog sticks tighter. Like, come on. And they added Bluetooth to it. Oh, wow. Really? Go ahead, Kev. That's interesting. Wow. So you learn how to do the controller? Man, keyboard and mouse, this whole gen. To you. Yeah, but I tell you, I got on a total side thing. But basically, if you look at my streams, like I was playing with the you'll see that Xbox Game Ball. Like, I'm telling you that I can't believe how much it makes you just go like, phew. It really makes the console irrelevant. It really does. Like, it's just like, man, they have invested so much like effort into making the PC like their with their Xbox had. Like, it's crazy. It's really insane. Like, that's where all their focus has gone. That's why I left it. Like, that's why I was like, I got rid of all my Xbox hardware, and I was like, you know what? The last thing I had was the Elite controller. Then once I started using the DualShock on PC, I was like, they go sayonara. And now, you know, the PC, I just got another gaming PC too, like just to have like one to go, like, you know, like another kind of gaming laptop. You know, it's real. We'll keep it. I was playing 1080p 60 on it. It's a 1080p screen. But I'll tell you what it is. You know, for budget, this is what I'm telling you. For a budget gaming laptop, and you know, a lot of people talk about these rigs and all this other stuff. I got the Acer Nitro 5. Like, it had a 1050 Ti in it. It's last year's model. I think this year has a 16. It has the 1652, I think it has, which is a little bit faster. My other Alienware that I'm running right now, I have it hooked up to a 980 Ti. And inside that Alienware, it's in has a 970M, and when I hook it up to the shoebox, I call it, you know, the Alienware port replicator thing, I have a 980 Ti in there overclocked, and it runs pretty well. Like, it runs great. I could run, like, you know, 4K and stuff like that in some things. I have it on a 4K TV, and I do that. But then I got another just gaming laptop. But I tell you, that Acer Nitro thing was like, it was on sale for like $500. And I was like, shit, I'll take one. Just pocket it. There you go. I got a gaming rig to go. And yeah, and it's a 1080p screen. It looks great. I just added a 1 terabyte SSD to the already 256 SSDs in there. I have 16 gigs of RAM and a 1050 Ti. It runs games at 1080 60. Maybe not at ultra. But man, the cost of the gaming laptops, you know, you get some sub $1,000, and I recommend, you know, that Acer Nitro. There's other configurations. They're all under $1,000. So for your first gaming laptop, you know, I recommend it. I think it's really like effective, like for a gaming laptop. And you know, with Game Pass PC, or with, you know, with these games, you know, it's good for gaming on the go as a full HDMI out. And it was fully upgradable. Like, you know, you could even put an M2 SSD in it too. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I only had it for a week or so, but I played Gears on that, and I played Gears on my other gaming machine. But and then I got my PS4s. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, and I got the Switch too, and the PSP. Yeah, yep, I got the Vita. I mean the Vita for that. So I got some games on there too. I got that for cheap. Yeah, got everything out. Hey, Phil Spencer put me. Where is he? Where is he?
Take it back!
Phil Spencer put me here because this is where he focused. If you got a hamburger joint that says, hey, we really want to make the best chicken, well, guess what? Stop ordering the fucking hamburger. That's my point. As a consumer, you know what I mean? As a consumer, if you got a hamburger place and they go, we want to make the best chicken. Chicken's the very most important thing. I want to make the best chicken I can do. Chicken people, we're trying to come back for you. Guess what I'm going to do? Stop ordering the hamburger and start ordering the chicken. Okay? And that's what Phil Ness Spencer did. He said, hey, you know what? Xbox, console. And then he's like, you know what? PC guys, cell phone guys, PC guy. You know what people are doing? Not buying the console. And that brings me into my other point while I got grinders here and here. I got my grinders in here, ready? So we saw the whole year over year. I'll probably edit, change this thing. See, I always say I'm going to go short, but now I'm going to go long. I could do another video, but you want to know what? Well, I got everybody here. Why don't I just talk over the topic, right? Grinders, hit that like button if you want it. We'll keep going. We'll be
Place
going.
looks like a fucking crack house.
We're going to move on. I still got some good sound clips that I got specially for you guys. So, Phil Ness. You know, Phil Ness Spencer started talking about consoles not being important, not being the business. Well, we came to year over year.
Whoa. Before you get on to this topic, let me tell you, it is about streaming. It is about PC gaming. And it is about them. The console guys, we got them paying. Those guys are gonna keep paying on the console. Those guys let them keep paying. You know, they got that Xbox Live. Nickel and dime those guys. Well, I go poke around with my PC friends, and I go poke around with my streaming windows. Oh yeah.
I tell you, man, what a shithead that Phil Ness coming in here with his bullshit. Some more. So, year over year, 48% hardware drop. Now, let me bring you to a little item that I brought up last year, and I was trying to find it. Well, Matt Piscatello, who does the NPDs, when he was saying last year at this time that Xbox was up year over year, right? And that's what the data was showing. But what it wasn't, and I brought up the question, was like, of course it would be up year over year. The Xbox One X was not out the year before. So we're really talking about an S versus an X and an S on shelves. Two versions of a console versus one version of the console. Of course they will be up year over year. But when it came to November, guess what happened? Xbox was no longer up year over year because now we're comparing apples to apples. An S and an X on shelves versus an S and an X on shelves. And since then, they have not been year over year. Now, let me emphasize something. This is something that people did not say, and you heard it here first, Grinders. All right? Year over year with the fourth quarter, 48%. What happened in those 3 years from April to the end of June? All right, let's see. What happened? We had the Xbox One SAD edition, all digital, came out, a new version of the console.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That came out. They released a purple Fortnite bundle in June.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Of the S. They also attended the biggest stage of all of gaming, E3, and Sony did not. But Microsoft came with the biggest E3 showing. Woo-wee!
He is paining my assholes.
He's paining my ass. The biggest E3. Right? Presented at E3. Only console manufacturer with a stage show at E3 in June. And that didn't move consoles. So there were a lot of things. This wasn't a dead summer of 3 months. They released 2 different consoles. In addition, they had a huge Xbox sale the month of June, with sales on the X being $400, whatever the hell they were, or they were $400. They had a huge E3 sale on their hardware. They've released the SAD edition in April. That's something happened in May. And they had the biggest presence about Xbox on stage. And nothing, and it shows, nothing that they showed at E3 incentivized anybody to go out and buy a console. Now think about it. If they would have had an E3 showcase showing tons of games running on the X, wow, this X looks next gen, I could save money, let me do this Xbox, let me buy this, let me do this. Oh, wow, what do they show? These games are coming out. Look at the games they're giving now. Here's some X games enhanced, and they really made it an X showpiece. Maybe that would have changed sales, but they didn't. It was a horrible E3. It was the worst that they ever had. They came out with 2 left feet and fell flat on their face. That's what they did. And no, that E3 did not incentivize anybody to go buy an Xbox, whether it was a SAD, whether it was an S, whether it was an X. That E3 did nothing to excite the consumer. It's a consumer show.
Xbox One X is
the most important?
No.
You're damn right. You're damn right. And I'm telling you, you can't go around doing this.
Xbox One X is
the most important?
No.
You can't go around.
If someone owns a phone, it doesn't want to go buy a console, we still want them to be able to play our games. Bring the services like our video distribution through Mixer, Xbox Live, Minecraft, as we talked about.
And you can't go around
Alright,
like
so
this.
let's say that hypothetically I'm still an Xbox 360 owner.
Yeah.
That being said, what should my next hardware purchase be? I guess they are the tough questions.
No.
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible.
You can't keep going around, and every time somebody sticks a microphone in your face, you say some dumb shit like that. And I even have the clip where he's like, consoles are not the business. They're not the business. And keep going on about phones and clouds and all this other bullshit. You can't keep doing that and saying that and not expecting it to hurt the bottom line of the console. That's the thing. You can't go around saying that stuff. You know, he said this.
Xbox One X is
the most important?
No.
Said that. No. He said no. And then he goes, the player is the most important one. Well, where do you think that person is playing the games, you dopey ass? Like, why all of a sudden has an Xbox console player turned into a cell phone gamer in his eyes? Why? Why does he think the person lining up for that X that night is the same person can't wait to play on their 5-inch screen in 720p or play some touch game? Some Angry Birds bullshit. Why? Why? What makes him think that? And they say, like, you know, you're taking your Xbox fans, the console owners, and doing this.
A lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
That's basically what he's saying. Why treat the... Fuck them. Who cares about those Xbox console players? Fuck them. Who cares about them? You know? That's what you should just basically say.
Why? Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Yeah. Well, I go to PC and Windows. And a PC and Steam. And I go to phones. Dude, like, you know? Oh, yeah. And then, on top of that, they go to investors and they're like, Xbox, Xbox is PC and Xbox is Windows. And like on their call, they're like, Xbox is dirty laundry and body wash. You know, Xbox is all this. They're like this.
Computer technology.
If a customer has a computer disk, then look at it and tell them it's the wrong format. If they use Apple, tell them we're PC. If they use PC, tell them we're Apple. And if they got both, then tell them we use Linux. And if they got that, tell them the computers are down. They should be anyhow.
Right? Xbox is a PC. But how's your Xbox doing? Oh, it's a PC now. And it's a... Oh, really? Yeah, confuse the shit out of the customer, right? Like, that's basically what they do. You know? It's like...
Occasionally you may get snagged by one of these customer people.
Like, that's, like... I listen to that stuff, and I'm like, guys, this is how they're treating their Xbox consumer. This must be their meeting right here.
Occasionally you may get snagged by one of these customer people. Just remember, your job is to frustrate them and make them feel unwanted.
Yep.
If you can, wrap up a story that'll make them feel uncomfortable. For instance...
You understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. I mean, you know my reputation. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'll go to Rikers for 3 or 4 years just to prove my point. I mean, I don't play that shit. Can I help you?
Or...
Hell yeah, I suck toes. Good afternoon. Welcome to Pop Copy. Can I help you?
Or...
What's wrong?
My butt is itching like crazy. I took a shower.
That was
Can I help you?
my favorite one. That's Like, yeah, make the customer frustrated and annoying. Like, really, that's what they want to do. They made the console people so confused as to what they want. They yelling 4K. Holy cow, 4K 60, 4K 60. Meanwhile, it's not even 4K 60. It's because they sold you some bullshit in a bottle. And they think that's what's important. That's not what's important. You know, it's not what's important. It's about how the game plays. You know, I think people should be criticizing. Like, people should be criticizing. That's why you come here for the laughs, man. I get this is shit that makes me laugh. But you got people coming out there on 4K, you know, and the thing is that all weekend, like, and it's not 4K. That's not what the point is, but they still use some bullshit in the bottle. Yeah, DX12, cloud server, stacked GPU, secret sauce, all that cloud bullshit, all that crap.
What's with kids today, huh? No respect.
No respect to us about this horse shit. Like, and it's just, and you know, the thing is too, I notice is that people are like, everybody's doing it. You know, everybody's going to do it. Everybody's going to put their games everywhere. And you know what? It's only Xbox with this bullshit right now. And there's so many articles. There'll be a whole other show just to go and see Satya talking about games to be in a cloud in the same words as Office, in the same world as cloud compute, cloud AI, and to hear video gaming in that same kind of cloud, like as this big bundle of cloud bullshit. And it's just like, no, man, no. That's not where gaming's going. Like, stop that. You got to make great games. That's the priority. Stop worrying about where it is and worrying about what it is. That's the problem. Stop worrying about it 4K 60, what that is, rather than worrying about what the game is. You know, Gears is amazing at 4K 60. Shut the fuck up, please. No, we should be playing Gears and go, let's see more of it. What's going on? It's amazing at 4K 60. Who cares? Are you trying to justify that $500 waste of money that you spent on? Because that was fucking fool's gold. That's what that Xbox One X is. It was fool's gold. It was some bullshit in a box. He sold you some genie sales snake oil in that shit. Knowing damn well that they were not going to force developers to utilize it. They themselves weren't going to push it to its limits. And on top of that, they're really not getting rid of the S because they need the S to power their bullshit cloud. So you look at it and it really is that the X is, how many times can you sell hardware to people without software? Software takes time. Hardware, they just come out every 2 years. That's why nobody cares about the Scarlett. That's why nobody's going to buy the Scarlett. That's why they're over year. The X has done nothing to move the needle for the Xbox. They have done nothing. You are 1 year and 1.5 years in to releasing the most powerful console ever. And your sales are 48% because of fatigue. You want to know what fatigue it is? I'm going to tell you what the fatigue is. The fatigue is not about the console. The fatigue is about all the
bullshit.
Bullshit. You sales out. It's all bullshit. All of it.
Jesus, you.
That's what it is. It is fatigue of the bullshit that you've been spewing for the last 3 years. It's not fatigue of consoles. Not 48%. It's fatigue of you not delivering on your promises, on you changing your minds. That's what it is. And people are seeing through the bullshit. That's what's going on. Because the other consoles, yeah, there's some fatigue, but dude, they are pumping out games. And they're addressing their core audience. They're keeping their fans engaged. They're keeping their fans involved. Microsoft worries about engagement, but they do the least to engage their fans. That's the problem that they have. They do the least to engage and give people content that makes them stay, makes people want to purchase, makes people want to buy. They are the weakest in that field. And they have the IP and they don't have the marketing for it. They don't know how to market for it. They're fucking with Gears 5. You're taking the only IP that maybe could give you a gleam of light and you're destroying it because people want to see the campaign and you're not showing it. And you're not teasing about it, but you're talking out your ass about the largest, deepest campaign. What the hell does deepest campaign mean? Is there a cave and I have to go down a fucking hole? Is that what deepest means? What the hell does deepest mean? Yes, Twisted Sync. And Sony is sponsoring EVO. You had Killer Instinct. Where is it?
I do not want to touch his ass. I want to make him talk. Okay?
Where is it? Where is Killer Instinct? EVO? Nowhere. Sony's sponsoring every game except Smash Brothers at EVO. Everyone's playing on a PlayStation. And Microsoft, Sony has... This is the thing. Sony, if you're going to get into this whole thing, Sony has given Microsoft the stage for some time now. Sony's been kind of low-key making announcements that have been causing waves, but really have been quiet. And this was the time that Microsoft really needed to step out on the spotlight and talk. Starting with E3, before that, Sony has just been like a snake, just waiting in the thing, hissing. And that hiss, people go, oh, shit, the rattlesnake. And that's to get some news. But they're sitting there just hissing, waiting. And Microsoft out there like a stupid-ass idiot just walking around going, clouds, like the fucking Swedish chef. Let me tell you about our xCloud. Oh yeah, let me tell you about xCloud. You could stream from your box right now. It turns your Xbox into a console. That will be free. And then our cloud will be paid. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Swedish chef. I gotta get that sound clip now. That's where they're walking around. Stumbling over their words, have no friggin' clue what direction they're going in. Talking on phones. Satya Nadella talking about Xbox like, you know, like this.
Bring the toy back to the carpet. Bring it back to the carpet.
Take your toy back to the carpet.
Take your toy back to the carpet. Take it back!
Satya Nadella at a meeting talking about Xbox. Hey, Phil, come over here. Let me talk to you.
Of course, I'm a Terminator.
Let me talk to you, Phil. Satya.
Bring the toy back to the carpet. Bring it back to the carpet.
Take your toy back to the carpet.
Take your toy back to the carpet. Take it back!
There you go. That's how Satya looks at it. How's our X toy doing? How's our Nintendo doing, Phil? It's doing all right. You know, it's not doing too. And let me tell you something. When I heard that 48% down, I said, okay, it's a business, right? If they continue to do that, if their hardware does not sell and is the lowest common denominator, what are they doing, everybody? They're not making moves or promising any moves to increase the sales. They're not being aggressive with sales. They're not. What are they doing? You know what they're eventually going to do? Guys, this is our last hardware. You know what? We're not going to do that. That's it. They're going to cut their ties. They're going to cut their losses. They did it with Nokia. They did it with companies. And Satya did it. He got rid of Nokia. He got rid of Windows Phone. And that bullshit, when he came in, it was like, oh, we're going to support Windows Phone. They got rid of Windows Phone. Microsoft has done this before. Matrix reference. They have done this before. They got rid of whole groups. Nokia gone. Look how they low-key got rid of the Kinect. Just stop making the port. It reminds me of that scene from Office Space. You know what? Why is he still employed here? There was a glitch in the system. He was fired about 2 years ago. Really? So we fixed the glitch. What do you mean? He won't be getting paid anymore. Oh. So we just would just stop paying him. Yeah, it likes to even itself out. He'll eventually just quit when he realizes he's not getting paid anymore. So that's what they kind of did with the Kinect. They're like, let's just remove the port. Now the adapter. Oh, we're not making the adapter anymore. Yeah. And got rid of the Kinect. It's a fucking paperweight. I got 3 of them. Nobody wants to take them back. I might as well go throw them in the fucking woods. Or burn them. Thanks. It was a $250 fucking accessory that was essential to the Xbox. Yeah. Now nobody wants it. Because they just said, no more adapters. No more ports. So when people go, they'll never get rid of the console. They won't, right? But guess what? They're doing everything in their power to ensure that console does not sell. And Phil says it doesn't make money. So already in his mind, the console is not the business. So when something is not the business, let's put 2 and 2 together here, everybody. And I'm not saying this is happening tomorrow or happening this holiday, but put 2 and 2 together. Consoles are not the business. That's not where the money is made. Your consoles are not moving, not selling, and they're demonstrating consistent year-over-year drops over 48%. Let's see what next quarter is going to be. I don't think it's going to be any better. It's not a 10% drop, not a 20% drop. It's fucking 50%. And on top of that, they have the most recent console out, okay? They have the SAT edition, plus they have a year and a half into the X. The X is not carrying them. A year over year right now shows that the X sold whatever the X was. The X does not have legs. The Pro is over 2.5 years old. Xbox is only a year and a half old with the X. The X did not do anything. It didn't do anything. They have the newest console out there. That's right, Glenda. Like, yeah. The X is only a year and a half out. And then on top of that, you saw the reaction to the Project Scarlet announcement. It went right by everybody. Nobody even cared. They're going to have to do like a retake. And actually, guys, I think everybody forgot we announced the Scarlet last year. I think we're going to have to redo it again, guys. Because nobody gave a shit. Because they still are looking at their X going, hey, when you going to do something? Like, it really, really, really did nothing to move the needle. It's overpriced. It should be sub $400. It is on clearance stuff, but the problem is not even the price. The problem is that there are no games. And the key is, it is like exclusive games. The Pro started gaining ground and became justified with games like Horizon Zero Dawn. And then games like Detroit Become Human, God of War, Spider-Man. Those games solidified Pro's relevance with the Slim. Plus, the Slim is a ideal console. It's at an ideal price for the power and reliability that it gives you, where the S is subpar in its resolution, its power utilization, and just running games the worst. It's known as the weakest console. Even though the Switch is the weakest console, the S runs games the worst. All right? Consistently. Not here or there. Consistently. It needed to be gone. And the Slim has the games, it has the price, it has VR, it has variety, and it's priced right there. And it has exclusives and exclusive content, and it has everything. Everything. Sony's a friggin' monopoly right now. Microsoft has left so bad the console business. They don't have timed exclusives. They don't have timed exclusive content. They don't have exclusive content. They don't have exclusive games. They don't have games that demonstrate. And that's the thing. When people go, why exclusives? When? Exclusives are usually your first-party developers are the one that demonstrate the power and features of your console. When you have a first-party exclusive, that first-party exclusive demonstrates the power and demonstrates the features of that console. Look what Halo 2 did for Xbox Live. Xbox Live was all over the place, PC style, where you had to go into rooms and then you got booted out of rooms. I remember doing that all the time, getting booted out of like Ghost Recon rooms and Rainbow Six rooms because of your rank. Halo 2 came in there and justified Xbox Live and created matchmaking. That's what a first party does. And Gears looks like something. The Gears graphics of Gears of War 1 with the Unreal Engine on Xbox 360 justified the power of that system. It showed the power of what that generation could do. That's what exclusives do. They demonstrate the power and justify the console. I know PC guys don't like exclusives. I understand, like God of Wars and all this stuff. But the thing is that without those, the console would not exist. Hell, the console Xbox would not exist without Halo. The console Xbox was built off an exclusive game. So get the fuck out of here when you say exclusives don't matter. They do matter. And if Microsoft had some real fucking exclusives, real fucking exclusives, not this PC, Xbox Day One bullshit, they would have done better with selling their console. And now, they apparently just want to do phones. Phones. And then you got people out there saying that everybody's doing it. Sony's doing it. The thing is that PlayStation now, new exclusives, exactly. That's Silverback, new exclusives too. You're right. If you look at it, Sony came in with what? Horizon new IP. Detroit was a new IP. Spider-Man was an old IP but a new game. Like, Ghost of Tsushima new IP. Death Stranding new IP. Like, yo. And then you still had Uncharted, God of War rebooted, Uncharted 4, now Last of Us 2. Like, it can't get any better. Like, it's crazy just with that. And I'm not even talking about the exclusives for the console. They get exclusives in VR. Like friggin' Astrobot and Blood and Truth. Like, they get those exclusives away from Oculus and the Vive. It's not only just console games, it's VR games too. In that small market of VR, they get those. Iron Man VR. That's an exclusive to PlayStation VR. Like, Sony uses software to move their hardware, and us as hardware purchasers, the consumer, benefit greatly. That's the whole point. Nintendo, people are playing right now Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Yeah, it wasn't a 9 out of 10 from what I saw on the ratings board. I didn't play yet, so, it is what it is. But, hey, it's a Marvel game. It's a third iteration. It's exclusive to Nintendo. Nintendo went out and paid money and got the exclusive and wanted that Marvel exclusive game on the Switch. Judgment 2, exactly, Shadow of the Ghost. Judgment is another one. And all those Yakuza games. Like, I'm not... Yeah, exactly. And Dragon Quest and King of Fighters they had another exclusive fighter. King of Fighters 12 it was. And then you get on the other games where they have even smaller games. Like, they got Concrete Genie coming out. They had Guacamelee 2 for an exclusive time. They got all, like, there's so many games that just don't go to Xbox. So much variety. And that's what Xbox is like. Oh, well, all develop. Then I just saw, like, that other company, King of Fighters 14, yes. And like that other company that, In Exile, making a friggin' VR game. A Microsoft Game Studio making a VR game.
You son of a bitch.
I'm not it is what it is. That's why I said when people like hyped up these Xbox studios, I'm like, guys, you don't know. Not only do you not know what they're making, you don't know where they're putting their games. That's the thing. Are they making a phone game? Are they making a PC exclusive? Are they making a multi-platform game? But I think the one thing that we could all agree upon, none of those studios that Microsoft purchased, 20 by 20, 15 by, I don't give a shit how many they have, but I think the biggest thing that nobody says, and I think the world can agree upon, is that every single one of Microsoft's game studios are not and will not, under this regime, ever make an Xbox console exclusive game. I'm going to say it again. None of those Xbox Game Studios game studios will make an Xbox console exclusive game. It'll either be multiplat, streaming, mobile, PC. But they will not have them say, we want you to make a game just for the Scarlet, just for the Xbox X, just for the Xbox consoles. Nope. Nope. And nope. And that is why I am not excited about these studios. I could care less. Now, if Sony bought a studio, you know damn well that studio is making a PlayStation exclusive. Just like when Kojima came out. Maybe it's timed. Maybe it's only on PlayStation. But hell, the world knows that Kojima's game is coming to PlayStation. Whether it goes to PC, whatever, whenever. No way are they co-marketing it with PC. You don't even know. So, like, that's why when somebody hypes up the Microsoft studios, it's like, guys, they're not even making games for the Xbox. Like, who cares? What does it matter to you as an Xbox console owner? Like, why are you hyped about that? You're not getting an exclusive game. They're not going to make a game to show the power of Scarlet. They're not going to make a game to show the power of your Xbox. They're making a game to run on everything. How's that sound? You're going to go buy top tier hardware, and then you know that they're going to make a game that tries to run on everything. That's great. Every configuration of PC, make sure it runs on the S for streaming. Oh yeah, and let it run on the X or the $600 Scarlet you bought. Like you're bottom of the barrel. If you own an Xbox console, you're at the bottom of the barrel, like with their priorities, and that pisses me off because it's like a fall from grace, and I'm sick of it, and that's why I do this bullshit, because I'm sick of that bullshit, because they tailed my ass along too long, and now I'm sharing the bullshit that I went through. And I don't believe into the hype and the bullshit. It's not true. It's not true. Until Phil Spencer comes out and goes, guys, we're just fucking with you. Here's an Xbox exclusive game. This regime, they want your games to be just like Office. They want it all in one area. They want the cloud. And I know they say PlayStation Now is doing it. Oh, PlayStation Now does not compete with PlayStation games coming out. You have your normal PlayStation games coming out, right? Your Ghost, your Days Gone. Those games are not in PlayStation Now. Sony has so many friggin' games that they have. PlayStation Now has 750 games, and they don't even include half of the exclusives that they came out with this generation. That's how crazy it is. They got over 250 games of just PlayStation 4. They got a whole bunch of games of like 400 games of PlayStation 3. And they got like 15 to 20 games or whatever like of PlayStation 2. They got over 750 games on PlayStation Now.
Got me. I got him. I got him, guys. I got him. He was going on his rant. I took him out. He thought he was gonna end it like that, talking bad about my Xbox. But I got him. He's not coming back again. This is the Phil Ness Show. So, now that I'm here, I want to take some questions from the chat. Who wants to hear some Phil Ness? I'm yours, Grinders, right now. I'm ready to take some calls, because he's done. I sniped his stream. He's out. You got the Phil Ness right now. What question would you want to ask Phil? You want to know why I care about the phones? Why it's about PC, not console? Sale Clerk says he wants a second Lost Odyssey. Well, let me tell you, I've taken my trips to Japan. I've been on that plane a few times. They got some good food over there. I tell everybody that I'm working, but really what I am doing is just hanging out at Sony headquarters, you know, roasting marshmallows and stuff. I'm not really getting any games, you know. So, when you hear that I go to Japan, I'm just basically just hanging out at Sony. I pop in, hang out in the Nintendo too. That's basically what I do when I go to Japan. That's it. I come back and I tell everybody I made some good friends out there. Oh, we got another question here. Where are our games? We showed over 65 games at E3. We have games. You didn't like Bambi GTA? That is an open world game made by two people. You play as a mother and a little Bambi, and you walk around the city. That is not enough game for you. You make your own fun. Isn't that what it's about? I give you some game. It's about making your own fun. You know, I went over there. I know I hear this a lot too about this developer. All I know is that when I went over there, they told me that Smilegate was amazing. So I didn't really do my research. I just heard Smilegate. They said they'll put some games on an Xbox, so I had something to announce at E3 because I was really scrapping for some more news. But you know, I want to get everybody together, and it's a big PC game. And you know, oh man, I just get all shaky when I talk about PC. And Smilegate is such a big developer over in Korea, and I figured bring them here. Let them put their game here so I can get more PC gamers, because that's where I want to play, the PC. So Smilegate is my way of getting PC gamers here. You know, I do love those phones. I love those phones, man. I have about 2 of them, maybe 3. But man, oh man. What? I don't hate Conker. I just think right now is not the time for Conker. He's not a very nice squirrel, you know? And he doesn't really share my sentiment about for the kids. You know? He's all about the kids. Conker's he's not really about the kids. You know, the Conker, that's why I like games like Minecraft. That's for the kids. And stuff like that. So, you know, it's just not the right time for him. I'm singing Kumbaya, and he would say curse words and stuff, not nice words.
Get the fuck off my show. Out! You try to hijack my shit! Holy shit, that friggin' Phil Ness coming on my stuff.
Take it back!
Trying to snipe me down. My God. Hope he didn't try to get you guys, man. I really hope he didn't try to finesse you guys. Did he finesse anybody? Let me look at the chat. Did he finesse any of you? Holy shit. Well, I'm glad you asked him about Smilegate, because that was some horse shit right there. You know them, Smilegate. I agree with that. Yeah, I see, yep. Ask about those trips to Japan. That's a good one too, man. That's a good one too. I don't know how he answered you with that one, but I know he's not generating anything going to Japan. He's probably just hanging out at Sony and Nintendo. I don't know if that's what he said, but yeah, whatever about him. But anyway, guys, that Phil Ness, he comes in here and does all that stuff. But the last point I wanted to make while we're all here and stuff, and let's share that video. What's up, Deal? What happened was Phil took out my stream and then he took over the chat and he was answering questions. I can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. But one last clip that I have right here is one that we talk about a lot, and it's when people say that everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing the streaming. Streaming's the future. Did you see the Google is like 1 game a month for Stadia? Oh my, 1 game a month. Yo, what's up, Hamana? Oh my God, 1 game a month for Stadia. I'm like, what? But then everybody's like, 1 game. I was like, 1 game? What the fuck? The 1 game. Oh man. Phil Harrison. My goodness. The Mothman himself. 1 game. They say we don't look at ourselves as Netflix for games. We look at ourselves as just a distribution model. And I said this before. The streaming is not a Netflix stream. Everybody's taking streaming and Netflix and putting it together. And Phil actually said in another article today, he was saying like people talk about streaming and subscriptions and as the same thing. To the gaming industry, it's not. Streaming is just like another console. It's another way. So Phil even said it himself where he said that, streaming is a distribution. It's not, streaming is going to support subscriptions, own your game, and free-to-plays. Like, he said it. Phil Spencer said it today in the article. I don't know if it was with Fortune magazine or Bloomberg, but he did an article. Him and Satya were talking about the streaming stuff, talking about the cloud shit. No, it wasn't Satya. It was the guy that says it's a monster. That guy. Him and Phil Spencer had a video today, and Phil says like streaming is a distribution. It's not a subscription. So Google's doing the same thing, and I'm telling you, Microsoft's going to do the same thing too. You're going to pay to access their servers, and then you're going to pay everything on top of that. You're going to pay to own the games. You're going to pay the subscription to play the games. You're going to pay, free to play you won't pay, but Sony's doing the same thing. Google's doing the same friggin' thing. They're basically saying $10 a month gives you access to a service, and we'll give you 1 game a month. 1 game a friggin' month. Holy shit. Yeah, nobody's paying $10 a month. And that was hilarious. That's the thing that makes it hilarious about Google Stadia is that people went out and pre-ordered this thing before Google really laid down what the hell they're going to do. They said, you get Destiny for free. Destiny 2. Now they're saying you get 1 game. You're going to be paying $10 a month to play 1 game a month. Who knows if you keep that game? You think that game goes... It's a streamable game. Oh, man. That's a mess. I thought at least they were going to give like 3 and 4 games or like have like Nvidia Shield where it's like, hey, of 32 games, 10 of them will be part of the service that you pay $10 a month. But when they said 1 game, the hell out of here with that shit. I'll do another video on that one if that thing ever goes. But everybody's saying, everybody's streaming, everybody's going to do it, everybody's going to do it. The thing is that Sony is going to do it by not competing with itself. Microsoft, with this streaming vision, have cannibalized their console in favor of this streaming. So, I'll leave you with this clip.
What the hell are you doing?
streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
That's Microsoft right now. Everybody's doing it. Look, they're all doing it. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're all doing it. You're the only one that sold out your console. All right. And while the other ones are riding high selling their console, they're not going to do the same thing you're doing right now. Maybe eventually, but not anytime soon. So, everybody's doing it. No.
A lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Take it back!
That's why. But anyway, guys. We know what time it is. It's that time. Phil Ness took over my stream twice today. I gotta stop him. Man. Hashtag Phil Ness. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, Grinders. Grindhouse. Chat's the Grindhouse. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to be wrapping this up, so I want to thank everybody for coming out to this show. Like, share the video. I thank you. My subscribers are growing, man. I appreciate all you guys. Like, I can't believe it. Like, all I have to do is come on here, rant, play some soundboards. I appreciate, talking to you guys. It's fun. I look forward to it. It's just fun just to talk and interact with you guys. But, yep, that's right, Twisted. Go play some games. Oh, my God. Con, go to bed. Get to sleep. There you go. It's Jeremiah. There he is. Anyway, guys. This is Jen7780 with What Grinds My Gears. Phil Ness, hashtag. He's out. I'm out. Thank you very much.